Do you wonder how you can most effectively set goals and define aligned and actionable ways forward to achieve those? Well, if so, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you a proven 4-step coaching structure that provides you with a simple yet extremely powerful framework to do so. And that framework is called Grow Coaching. Grow Coaching offers you an easy-to-follow 4-step process that is used by many coaches as well as organizational leaders who want to support their clients or team members in reaching their goals, growing their potential, and advancing their performance and development. And the great news is we can use it to coach ourselves to success too. So let's get started. Hi there and a very warm welcome to the channel. My name is Sabine. I'm an organizational psychologist, leadership and personal development coach and trainer, and researcher in the field of positive psychology. On this channel, you will find proven and actionable tips, tools, and strategies to help aspiring leaders take the lead and succeed at work and beyond. The Grow model was initially developed in the 1980s by one of the pioneers in the field of business coaching, Sir John Whitmore, who then made Grow publicly available in 1992 in his book Coaching for Performance. That book then became a bestseller and reference guide to leaders and coaches, and the Grow coaching model has since then been used in many different coaching settings, such as business, leadership, career, or life coaching, just to name a few. Grow is an acronym that stands for Goal, Current Reality, Options, as well as Possible Obstacles, as well as Will and Way Forward. Each of these letters or underlying words represents a phase in this coaching process, and by following a sequence of questions, Grow helps you to define where you want to go, which is your goal, and at the same time it guides you to explore and assess a variety of different routes, the options, while keeping in mind your starting point, the current reality, as well as potential roadblocks or obstacles in mind. This way you can then find the best possible and most effective path, the way forward, and check in on your commitment to follow through, which is your will. Using Grow is a bit like planning to go on a journey, and in a way you are. A journey of exploration and choice that helps you achieve what truly matters to you. Let's look at the 4 steps and explore some recommended powerful questions to guide you through the process. And in case you would like to use this structure to coach yourself, feel free to follow along and pause the video where needed. If you would like to use Grow as a model to coach others, well then take notes along the way and stay tuned to the end where I share with you 3 powerful tips to run effective coaching conversations. Setting the goal marks the starting point of the coaching conversation. Having clarity on the goal is extremely important as it sets the direction for the remaining part of the conversation. And while it sounds so easy, I've seen it happening in many coaching conversations that one initially believes to know what the goal is all about, only to realize that when somebody else, typically the coach, starts probing a bit, the goal turns out to be far too vague and clarification is needed. But it's not only about having or finding the clarity on the goal itself. This part of the process also helps you to check in on the why behind the goal. Why does achieving the goal actually matter to you? And in this section, you would typically find questions such as, what is it that you want to achieve? Why is this goal important to you? What will change for you or others if you achieve this goal? And what will success actually look like? How will you know that you have reached your goal? Now, when it comes to defining goals, it is very important to keep 2 things in mind. The first one is to differentiate between an end goal, which oftentimes is not completely under your control, and a performance goal that relates to a certain level of performance or behavior that you believe will provide you with good chances of achieving the end goal. To give you an example, getting promoted to sales director within the next 12 months is an end goal, and this unfortunately is, as much as you wish for, not completely in your hands. You'll not only need the support of your manager, but there also needs to be a vacant position at this level, and the overall organizational structure also needs to be supportive too. So no matter how hard you work towards achieving this goal, it may work, but maybe it won't. And by setting a performance goal instead, you don't focus on the end result, but instead ask yourself about what behavior, knowledge and skill would put you in a position to get the promotion, and you would start to work on exactly that. For example, educate yourself in the field of communication and sales techniques to be more effective in your client meetings, which would then most likely make you more successful, which would then increase the chances of a promotion. What's key here is not to abandon the end goal, but to instead use it as an inspiration, while the performance goal actually provides you with a very specific to-do that is under your control. The second thing thing to keep in mind is to be smart in your way of goal setting, which means that you define a goal in such a way that it is specific, meaning very clearly defined, measurable, achievable, relevant, meaning that achieving is attractive to you and that it is also time-bound. Once the goal has been defined, we then look at the current reality in the second phase. This is an important step as people often try to solve a problem or reach a goal without fully considering their starting point. And by doing so, they often miss out on important information that could help them in defining much more effective and powerful strategies. Here are some questions to ask. If you look at all the facts, what is the current situation related to the goal that you've just described? What are the main reasons for this? What have you done so far? And what are the results? What is missing? What is possibly holding you back? This question could point into many different directions. Maybe it brings to light a limiting belief that you carry about yourself or conflict between the goal at hand and something else that you pursue or consider to be of importance. Here you may then also want to check in not only on the facts and figures, but also explore the related feelings by asking, well, how does this actually make you feel? And what do you think you could be afraid or concerned of? Now, what is critical in this part of the process is to maintain an objective, non-judgmental, yet still critical perspective, which means not going with the most obvious and easiest answer, but double-clicking on them to see whether exploring them, these answers, could yield a deeper understanding and level of awareness. Getting this clear picture of reality can help you in making your goals even more effective. So at this stage, it's perfectly fine to go back to the previously defined goal and make adjustments where needed. Now, you may wonder, wouldn't it be more effective to start with the assessment of the reality at the beginning of the growth process? It sounds quite intuitive, doesn't it? And while it might be tempting, I highly suggest to try to resist the urge as much as possible, as basing your goals on an in-depth assessment of your current reality might actually lead to goals that are limiting you by what you're experiencing in the here and now. And these are typically not the kind of goals that get you inspired or motivated at all. In the third phase, we then focus on options, meaning alternative pathways to achieve your goal. The purpose of this phase is not to find the one right answer, but to create a list of as many alternative options as possible, meaning that the number of options is actually much more important than the quality and feasibility. Here we could ask questions such as, well, imagine everything is possible. What would you do? What could you do? Or what should you do? Which approaches have paid off in similar situations in the past? Once you laid out all options, it's then time to dig a bit deeper and to assess them more thoroughly. What is actually the cost and benefit of each of these options? What resources do you have along each pathway? Who or what could help you? At this stage, you may then also want to consider a second O, potential obstacles. What could be in the way? And how could you overcome this obstacle? Once the options have been laid out and assessed, it is then possible to move to the final stage of the process. And here we talk about the will and way forward. This is about defining what path you want to follow, checking your level of commitment to follow through, and agreeing on the next steps. And here are some questions. What exactly do you want to implement right now? What are the concrete next steps? How will this help you achieve your goals? What is your willingness on a scale of 1 to 10 to implement your plan? And what is needed to bring your willingness to a 10 if you are not already there? What is the first step you are going to take, and how will you keep track? Apply and grow in coaching either yourself or others can be an easy to follow yet very powerful process to define meaningful goals and strategies to get you there. In case you are coaching somebody, I would like to share with you 3 tips that will make your conversations even more effective. The first one is to enter the conversation coming from a place of curiosity and working with the assumption that the person you are coaching is able to find a solution him or herself. This means that while you may have tons of experience in the given field and you could easily give suggestions and tips, those should remain on the back seat. Building on this, the second tip is to ask questions that promote the independent learning and development of the person whom you're coaching. So ask open questions that invite exploration. And the last tip is to listen actively, which means to be attentive and to focus on the coachee, to summarize and echo back what you have heard to ensure alignment, and to go a bit deeper by trying to read between the lines of what is being said. By following these tips, you open a safe space for exploration and reflection, a space in which the coachee will find deeper, more meaningful answers and consequently derive at much more effective and powerful strategies. I hope you find this coaching strategy helpful. Hit the subscribe button to stay tuned to learn more proven and actionable tips, tools and strategies that will help you take the lead and succeed. And in case you would like to learn more about the power of active listening and how to get better at it, have a look at this video. And for further insights around effective goal setting, we have another video for you. Check it out over here. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.